Absolutely, and the new, a new manager, and obviously, you don't even have to come and watch last week's game to know how they were going to try and play today. It was going to be 5-4-1. It was going to be loads of time waste and no ball boys, one ball. And again, with the players, you speak all week and we talk about ways that we try and manage that and ways that we try and get around those tactics. But particularly probably in the first half when we got our opportunities. Today, in particular, that first goal is the one that knocks them for six, and probably the longer they stay in the game and the more wasteful that you become, you always leave it open to that point where people become nearly impatient more than anything else, and it can leave gaps and damage can be done. So from that point of view, it's really disappointing. And I'll probably look at games like last week where it could have been probably 2-2 at half time, but we go in 2-0 at half time with a red card, and wee things have gone forward. There's probably other games this season along this run where things have gone forward, if you know what I mean. And probably today is one of those days that all the wee things, there's a real dubious offside, a real dubious offside decisions all day, to be honest with you, but there's real dubious offside, there's penalty shouts, there's lots of things there where we could have possibly got away with a poor performance and you still maybe get out of here with the win or whatever else. And those are probably the biggest frustrations. But in simple terms, when too many of your big players don't turn up, I don't care who you play. And that's why, journalists joke with us, everybody laughs with us each week when you go, it's going to be a tough game, it's going to be this or that. But I'm in football long enough and I've seen it too many times before. And again, this signal will go down with plenty of other signals that I've had at different stages of my career. But that's what football does to you, and that's all right.
The frustrating thing is that you really didn't create an awful lot during the game, that you never seemed to get in behind them.
No, we struggled to. We absolutely struggled to. And in the first half, I think we had 10 or 15 minutes around the first half, and I thought, the first 25 minutes we couldn't work it out. I mean, the players on the pitch looked as though they couldn't work it out. And then after about the 25-minute mark, the players then really looked. There was about a 10-minute spell where we started to move the ball really quick. We got in for 2 or 3 half chances, and London had a big chance, and it all of a sudden looked as if we had worked it out. And then we went back to just slowing the game down again and playing probably the way that they wanted to play the game. And the hardest things on days like today are to play the way you want to play, not the way they want to. It's very easy to spoil a game and slow a game down. It's very hard to keep that game moving, particularly until you get the goal that you want, and those are the frustrating things today.
And I suppose all the people talking about the unbeaten run with yourself, but it's done now. And I suppose the next thing is to go on our run.
Aye, well, and again, as I've said, we've never beat a drum in there. I never spoke about can we make it. I don't know how many games it is or whatever else, and that's not the thing. And am I disappointed? Am I disappointed now because the run has ended? No, I'm disappointed now because we dropped 3 points that should have been within our grasp today to go and take. And where those 3 points could possibly take us in a few months' time, whatever else, I don't know. And that, to be honest, is the overriding emotion at this point in time. It's never been about preserving a run. It's never been about trying to set whatever records that are out there. It's about trying to get 3 points on the board. And for as well as we've done in recent weeks and picked up threes and threes today, we've handed back one of those sets of 3, which is disappointing.
And I suppose one of the things you always talk about is picking up the wins against the bottom 6, and that can be crucial in the grand scheme of things. So that must sort of not sit too well in the dressing room.
No, it can, and that obviously, some of the 3 points that we picked up in the last few months, you would probably say are higher ranking 3 points, if you want to put it that way, in relation to Linfield and Crusaders and all the rest. But we've said it many times, stand out here, that 3 points is 3 points wherever that 3 points comes from, and that's, as I say, that's the overriding thing today. The fact that we have been picking up 3 points, we have had that level of ruthlessness. We've probably in the last 2 or 3 weeks carried the odd player here and there, but today we just had too many passengers.
And a bit of credit, I suppose, too, you must go to Warrenpoint. They were very well organised, and we obviously couldn't get through them.
Yes, and I'm sure probably when I wasn't at the game last week and I wasn't at the game the week before, but I'm sure that's what they've been trying to achieve in the last 2 or 3 weeks since Barry has come in, where they park the bus, they turn it into a real frustrating game, and they try and get it in. They try and stay in the game, and that's the saying in football, that you stay in the game for as long as you can and try and frustrate the other team, and to their credit, they were able to do that today.
Obviously, correct. Next Saturday, you'd expect probably something along the same sort of lines. The team coming to frustrate you.
Yeah, I went and watched Corrick last night against Crusaders, and they gave Crusaders a full of it. And if we're in and around that level of performance, Corrick will chin us next week. Make no bones about it. So it's so important now, as you say, that when the dust settles on this, again, it's the reality is we dropped 3 points and only 3 points at this point in time. We still have put ourselves into a decent position. We're part of a race that we want to try and remain a part of. But we've dropped 3 points today, so the key thing now is, as you say, we get back up on the horse, that we don't trip over our lips, and we get right back up there and go again.
Cheers, Oran.